Out with the old and in with the new. LaSalle says goodbye to a local favorite restaurant and welcomes a new partnership. Hello, I'm Madison Elliott.
And I'm Corey Meredith. 7 new Earth-like planets were discovered. Could there be life on these new planets? We have all of this and more coming up on LTV News, where the action never stops.
Hello and welcome to LTV News, where we bring you everything from 20th and Olney Avenue, Philadelphia, and the world.
There is a lot to catch up on in this next half hour as LTV News reporter Steve Graham sits down with the coordinator of one of LaSalle's newest service trips, El Otrolado, for this week's interview. So let's start with the buzz around campus.
LaSalle University is cracking down on unsafe drinking behavior and hazing within the Greek life community. According to an email from LaSalle's coordinator for Greek life to all fraternity and sorority members, the Alpha Theta Alpha sorority and Alpha Phi Delta fraternity are placed under interim suspension with the university until further investigation. On Thursday, February 23rd, a student pledging Alpha Phi Delta attended a switch party with Alpha Theta Alpha and became excessively intoxicated. A switch party is when a Greek life trades with their pledges to host a party on a planned night. According to the emails, the student was hospitalized that night, but sources from LaSalle's community development state that he is fully recovered. LaSalle's Dean of Students could not be reached for comment. According to the coordinator for Greek life, Alpha Theta Alpha and Alpha Phi Delta cannot participate in events as an organization and cannot be present at Panhellenic events until further investigation.
After 5 years, it's finally time to say goodbye to Happy Fortune. And boy, oh boy, are students outraged. Callie Montana has the story.
Late-night pizza rolls are soon going to be a thing of the past. That's right, Happy Fortune is closing its doors for good. And the LaSalle community is up in arms.
I'm not happy with Happy Fortune closing. It's a great late-night snack for me.
Honestly, it's like an outrage because we always go to Happy Fortune and like, I don't know, it's gonna be like, I don't know where I'm gonna go to eat, you know?
I just don't understand where I'm supposed to eat when it's like 2 in the morning and I'm hungry.
It's really unfortunate. Like, it's not the best food, but it's really convenient and cheap. So I feel like it's a good thing to have on the college campus.
Well, it's very heartbreaking. I was a big fan of Happy Fortune. I think the food is great. You know, I was a big fan of the Singapore rice noodles, and the service phenomenal as well. I remember coming in one day and I ordered some steamed chicken and vegetables, and the woman working there was like, "Are you sure you want to order this? Because like you don't need to be. You can have some whatever you want, you know."
It's just sad. It's just very, very sad.
A petition to save the popular Chinese restaurant is cycling through Facebook. The university noticed their upset student body and posted a portal announcement explaining the reasoning for shutting down the rented property, saying, quote, "Unfortunately, the tenant consistently failed to keep regular business hours, as required by the lease, frequently opening late or not at all," end quote. The boss of Happy Fortune, Wendy Lee, was very upset after hearing the news, saying, quote, "We have the majority of our customers come at night. That is why we sometimes open late. If we stay open all day, it would be about 15 to 16 hours. No human can stay and work that long. We have a very good relationship with the students. They love us and we love them," end quote. At the moment, there is no set date of closure. For LTV News, I'm reporter Callie Montana.
Wow, well, I'm really upset about this because
I'm definitely one of the students who's a little upset.
I'm definitely a patron of Happy Fortune. So.
Me too, especially their pizza rolls. You cannot get a pizza roll like Happy Fortune's anywhere.
Pizza rolls, cheesesteak rolls, it's the perfect place to just go. And
I know.
I don't know what I'm going to do without it.
They're good, they're open late, we love it.
They're cheap.
LaSalle, please.
don't kick off Happy Fortune. All right, so LaSalle took charge and announced a new partnership which will allow their students to take a safer route when traveling. Corey Meredith has the details.
With the city just a few subway stops away from campus, LaSalle's new partnership with Uber is making it even easier for their students to get out there and explore.
All trips to or from the campus and the only SEPTA station will be $1.99 flat fares, and so that provides a really affordable way for people to get to and from class, to the station.
What started out as an idea for getting our part-time MBA students to and from campus safely and reasonably, because so many young working adults don't have cars anymore, blossomed into a great idea to expand to all LaSallians.
This partnership is Uber's first university partnership in the city of Philadelphia, and students are excited about it too.
It was really cool. I could see the excitement around the whole thing. Definitely students all around probably going to take use of the $2 Uber that is now available on campus.
The affordable option is now available to students in a new idea for both LaSalle and Uber, with the key word being innovation.
It's an innovative approach. Uber's an innovator in ride sharing. We know St. John Baptiste de LaSalle was an innovator in education. It's a perfect affiliation.
The Uber partnership is giving students another option for safety as they travel into the city.
So it gives students another option to go down to the subway station, because I know a lot of students have been complaining, like, the shuttle isn't as reliable on campus.
The geographical pickup location at the School of Business makes it easy and safe for riders and drivers to find each other.
We think LaSalle has been a fantastic partner for us. They're really enthusiastic about working with us and have shown impressive leadership in using technology to help their students have better lives.
And I am psyched to go for the inaugural LaSalle Uber ride with my favorite celebrity crush, the Explorer.
Corey Meredith, LTV News. I think that the new partnership with Uber and LaSalle is really good publicity for the school. And I think that because it's the first one in the city of Philadelphia, that's something to be proud of in itself.
Definitely, I think so too, and I think that will draw in a lot of new students right now, especially because students at this time of the year are picking what schools they're going to be choosing.
And parents nervous about safety.
Exactly.
This is perfect route for them to go. No pun intended.
So, yeah.
Let's get back to it. The Division of Student Affairs has announced that Katie Wardgus is going to be the new Assistant Vice President for Student Wellness. Katie is currently Director of the Alcohol and Other Drug Education Center. She was recently honored as a distinguished LaSallian educator, not only by our community, but by the Mission Council of the District of Eastern North America. The position was available after Dr. Elaine Neubauer retired last summer. Kate will oversee all student wellness programs, including the Student Counseling Center and the Student Health Center. Congratulations on your promotion, Kate Wargus.
Now there's an easy way to win $100. Check your LaSalle email, take the health survey, and your name will be entered into a drawing to win a $100 Visa gift card. Their survey is created by the National College Health Assessment, and they are only asking for 20 minutes of your time, and answers are completely confidential. Help LaSalle reach its goal of 700 students by March 3rd.
LaSalle is known for giving back to the community as well as traveling to different states and countries to lend a helping hand. LTV News reporter Steve Graham gets the details on one of the new service trips on campus, El Otro Lado, by sitting down with one of the coordinators, Claire Morales.
Well, service trips and different community service is certainly emphasized here at LaSalle University, one of many LaSallian colleges and schools across the world. But Sierra, you're coordinating one of the service trips, one of the new service trips here at LaSalle. Can you tell me a little bit about El Otro Lado?
Yeah, so El Otro Lado is a part of the LaSallian Immersion and Volunteer Experience program here at LaSalle. This trip is a brand new one, going on spring break with 10 other students and an adult coordinator. So we're going to be, our social justice issue is immigration, so focusing on that while we go travel there, as well as just looking into that more and also crossing the border and seeing all their struggles as well.
Right. And what is the ultimate goal in forming this new service trip?
I think it's definitely more education, educating ourselves on the current issue as well as with the political climate. It's very important to educate ourselves on immigration and immigration policies and the people it's affecting. So, yeah.
So take me through this. It's a whole new trip, and I'm sure there was a lot of planning.
Yeah.
How did this new idea come about?
So we are partnering with a LaSallian high school, Cathedral High School, and it's a Christian Brothers school. So we're partnering with them, so that's how we kind of got connected. And people have gone on El Otro Lado before in the past, but it's mostly geared towards high school students. So this is the first time a university such as LaSalle is going to be going down and visiting. So that's how kind of we started this whole connection.
Right, but I'm sure there was obstacles, of course, in setting this up. What was just the biggest pain in the neck that you faced to create this trip?
I don't think we've had any like problems communicating with them or anything, but I guess just the whole controversy between immigration is just a big part of it. So I guess that was the most difficult.
Now, there's an interview process to bring students on board to the trip. Was that a part of the interview? Is bringing up this political atmosphere of what they thought of it, or?
Yeah, we definitely brought it into the interview when we were interviewing participants. It was definitely just about a matter of, are you comfortable with talking about immigration and maybe even getting in debates or conversations that are difficult with other students and with other people that you're going to be working with down there. So yeah, we definitely brought that into perspective through the interview process.
And that goes hand in hand with the learning aspect of this trip, which you mentioned. This trip is more focused on learning than physical activity. Can you explain that a little bit, the learning side?
Yeah, so some of the partners that we'll be working with in El Paso and Juarez as well, because we will be crossing into the border one day, we're going to be working with a lot of nonprofits and listening to presentations based on what they're doing now, currently, with the whole situation, political-wise, just listening to their part of the story and also the type of work that they're doing currently. Yeah.
Now, El Otro Lado has welcomed many high schools to go on this trip, but LaSalle is the first college, correct,
the first university.
So do you hope that other universities now get involved after you experience it?
I definitely hope so. I think it's going to be a really good learning experience, but it's also good for high schoolers to step into the shoes of someone else. Yeah.
How do you think this trip, because of course President Donald Trump has brought up, this is one of the areas of the border between Mexico and Texas and several parts of the United States. How do you think this trip will, I guess, give you an idea of what the presidency is to come?
I think it'll open our eyes a little bit to the social injustice that is happening in El Paso and on the border. I think the whole point of this program is in order for us to educate ourselves, but then come back and kind of use that to implement policies and write letters and get more involved in our government, just to put that in perspective when we come back.
Is there anything that you think you may learn, talking with local residents of Texas, of that area, that might be a surprise to you?
I think definitely just embracing their struggles and like working with them is something that it's going to be difficult because we're going to see certain things that we're not used to when we're over here. And to be at the foot of the border and actually crossing it, I think that'll be an experience that's going to be difficult, but as well an educational and learning purpose as well.
And at the foot of the border, one afternoon, you're going to be crossing into Juarez. What is that going to be like?
I don't know. I'm kind of in the unknown. I'm ready for it. I'm pretty sure our group is pretty prepared. We've been doing education pieces leading up to the trip. So I think it'll be a good experience. Definitely a hard one, an emotional one, but I think it's something that we need to experience as a group.
What is the biggest part of preparation for going here? It seems like there's a lot of the unknown because it's so new. Even an adult coordinator doesn't really have an idea. Tell me about that.
So we do have weekly meetings leading up to the trip. We've had them ever since September, October. And we do education/reflection sort of to prep for the trip. But it is difficult for me and my fellow co-coordinator, Madison, because we have never gone on this trip, so it's a new one. We kind of just educate ourselves while teaching our group as well. So that's been a little struggle, but at the same time, it's very successful for us as well.
Now, there has to be a lot of emotion going into this. You leave soon. Is it nervous? Is it excited?
Yeah, I'm like both and different. Excited and nervous. I'm just excited to do something different for my spring break.
Sure.
Yeah.
And one of the big parts, and you see pictures of this, but you're going to be helping unaccompanied minors who are crossing the border. How do you think you'll be helping them?
I think we'll be helping them either teaching them something or working with them and not really for them, that whole mentality of work with rather than for. But just seeing what they have been doing and just working with them in general in the school system.
And just our final question, really to wrap things up.
Yeah.
When the week goes by, what do you hope that everyone comes back with?
A new sense of understanding and solidarity with these people, because I feel like there's such a stigma against undocumented or immigrants in general, and I think we just need to be more open and just come back with an open mind and educating others when we come back.
Well, Sierra, we certainly thank you for joining us to tell us about this trip. Best of luck. You know, I look forward to hearing about it from both you and Madison when you return. And best of luck to all of the service trips leaving this spring break and the summer break. We're going to send it back to the desk. Thank you for joining us.
So this is going to be a really interesting trip. I actually happen to be going on it, and I'm really excited because we'll be working with the LaSalle High School down in Texas, and we'll be working with students and children who are actually crossing the border unaccompanied. So it should be a different experience.
That should be really exciting, yeah. I mean, hopefully they continue to do it. I know that service trips are really huge here.
Right.
And I think it's nice to help, you know, countries in America as well as abroad, but it should be fun.
Yeah,
have a good time.
Have to report back.
Yeah.
So it's time for our first break, but when we come back, we'll tell you what Philadelphia will be building with $95 million of city funds. Stay tuned.
Hi, this is Eddie Dunn, host of LaSalle's favorite TV game show, Q&A. I'm here today to tell you to watch LaSalle TV. Though if you're seeing this commercial, that means you're already watching LaSalle TV. So I guess keep it up. You're doing an awesome job. I hope you like what you're seeing. Good job.
LTV News, where the action never stops.
I love watching LTV News. I love watching LTV News every Sunday at 10:30. I love LTV News producer Dave Roberts.
Before I go to class on Monday mornings, I watch LTV News at 8 a.m.
I love watching Kirsten and Callie on LTV News.
Tuesdays at 10, we watch LTV News.
A prayer to St. Clair, the patron saint of television.
Oh, wondrous St. Clair, I ask that you bless my television with good reception and good color balance.
I also ask for your assistance in choosing quality programs that provide me with endless hours of enlightening entertainment.
Amen.
Your prayers have been answered. You're watching LaSalle TV.
You know you watch.
Hi, I'm John. I'm Eddie, and we are hosts of LaSalle TV's favorite game show, Q&A.
Hey John, I got a question for you. All right. At what time can viewers catch new episodes of Q&A on LaSalle TV? Is it A, Monday at 6:30, B, Tuesdays at 9:30, or C, all the above?
Is it C?
It is C, all the above.
All the above, wow.
Be sure to check out new episodes of Q&A only on LaSalle TV.
Welcome back to LTV News. According to reports from PlanPhilly.com, Philadelphia Mayor Jim Kenney will soon announce $90 million in city funds to build a waterfront park. The park will extend from the Delaware River over Interstate 95 to Columbus Boulevard in Center City. Estimates of the park construction are around $225 million, with additional funding from the state of Pennsylvania and philanthropic sources, according to Plan Philly. A landscape architecture firm called Hargraves Associates was hired in 2013 to develop the layout, which the city expects will stimulate $1.6 billion in private economic activity and provide easier pedestrian access to the waterfront from Old City.
So this sounds awesome, but
totally awesome.
The only thing I'm worried about is the traffic it's going to cause during construction if it's over I-95.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think
if
about
you think
that.
about that. As if Philly traffic isn't bad enough.
I know, especially over that intersection.
I know.
But once it's done, it's going to be beautiful.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited
Me
for that.
too.
So it has been 2 months since the start of the sweetened beverage tax in Philadelphia. In supermarkets and other distributors of sweetened beverages, it is a 1.5 cent per ounce tax, which has caused a 30 to 50% drop in beverage sales. The initial goal of this tax was to reach $92 million in order to fund education programs, which means that about $7 million a month needs to be collected in tax revenue to reach this goal. Although the collection information is not released until next month, it is predicted that only about $2 million was collected from the tax. Even though the tax does not show much success for now, legislators are waiting to see if more revenue will be made in the future.
Just like many people, Philly took a serious loss in 2016. The city's pension fund took a hit in their 2016 fiscal year, losing a whopping $149 million. The pension fund recouped some of its losses through a $10 million boost from the city's sales tax revenue. Mayor Kenney has made it clear over the course of his administration that he wants to make a pension fund sustainable over the course of time. Kenney has created a new plan that will make employees pay more of a percentage of their income into the pension fund. This means it will remain strong by the time that they retire. If all goes well, Kenney's plan will have the pension fund paying 80% of the city's pension without outside funding by 2031.
The biggest foundation in Philadelphia, the William Penn Foundation, is welcoming a new executive director to the organization, Sean McKinney. McKinney joined the team back in 2003 and worked his way up through the organization. McKinney's new position will require him to oversee the foundation's grants as well as take a closer look in evaluating their budget. The board chair of the foundation, Janet Haas, says, quote, "The board of the directors and Haas family are delighted that Sean will serve as our leader. His depth of experience, insight, enthusiasm, and commitment to the foundation and his work render him an ideal choice," end quote. The Penn Foundation is thrilled to have him on board and can't wait to see what he does.
Have you taken an Uber lately? Well, if you have, you may have gotten a notification saying that the booking fee has gone up. The flat charge that is included in the overall cost and a ride has increased from $1.25 to $1.45. The Uber spokesperson said these rates are not exclusive to Philadelphia.
Coming up after this last break, we'll take a look at a precious panda who finally returned home, and we'll see as well as which countries could see an increase in life expectancy. Stay tuned.
This is Kevin, and Kevin could use some kindness. Here's Ian. He could be that man. Ian chooses to be inconsiderate and not hold the door for Kevin, and in turn, Kevin suffers. Kindness may be a choice, but doing so is always the right one. So if Ian can make the right choice, you can too.
Hey, I'm Eddie Dunn, host of LaSalle's favorite TV game show, Q&A. Do you know that LaSalle TV is an entirely student-run organization? Probably right. Do you also know that I happen to know all of the words to Eminem's Rap God? It's crazy, right? It's like 6 minutes. I'm not going to do it here, but just trust me that I know the words.
We love LaSalle TV.
I love that new show, Flip.
I gotta keep up, so news you can use has to be my favorite.
I love LaSalle Sports, so Sportsline is my favorite TV show.
We love LaSalle TV.
I love that new show with the psychology department, Relationships 101.
I love Backstage Pass. It's my favorite show.
We love LaSalle TV.
Sports Talk Philadelphia.
Q&A, I love that show.
It's got to be LaSalle TV News.
I love LaSalle TV.
Researchers say that life expectancy is set to rise by the year 2030. A recent study predicted life expectancy to increase in 35 industrial countries around the world. South Korea will see the biggest increase, where the average life expectancy for a woman will exceed 90 years old, and life expectancy for men will rise to 84. The researchers say the reason for the increase is due to healthier lifestyles of people in those countries. The U.S. is also expected to see a mild rise in average lifespan, reaching 84 years old for women and 79.5 years for men. The researchers explain that the reason for this is of high obesity rates among Americans and a lack of universal health care within the country.
So, on Wednesday, February 22nd, NASA announced the discovery of 7 Earth-like planets outside of our solar system. The new solar system is 39 light years away, and NASA even reported that it could be the best place to study in order to search for life beyond Earth. The new solar system that was recently found resembles a smaller version of ours and includes 7 warm planets that tightly circle an ultra-cool dwarf star that scientists are calling TRAPPIST-1. The newfound TRAPPIST-1 solar system has been generously defined as Earth-like. However, it is not yet determined if there are signs of life on these planets, and further research will indicate if these planets are considered livable.
After 3.5 years in the National Zoo, Bobo the panda has made her way back to China. Bobo was born in August of 2013 in the Washington, D.C. National Zoo. She arrived in China last week and will go through a month-long quarantine at the China Conservatory and Research Center for Giant Pandas. This will help her adapt to the local bamboo and bread. Bobo is the second of the 3 cubs who were born in the National Zoo from China. Bobo joins her older brother, who traveled home in 2010. Aw, isn't that so
Bobo,
cute?
so cute.
Pandas are just cute in general.
I'm kind of sad, though, that they left DC, because now I won't actually have a chance to go see the
Well,
panda.
guess we'll have to go to China.
I guess so. Well, that just about does it for this episode, but be sure to find us on the web as well as the rest of LaSalle TV on our Facebook page. We love to hear your thoughts, so tweet at us using our Twitter handle and start the conversation.
If you missed the scoop and want to see it, you can find episodes on YouTube at our LaSalle TV Philly page.
Until next time, for Corey, Steve, and our entire crew, I'm Madison Elliott. Thanks for watching LTV News, where the action never stops.